Nasser Lucas. Anywhere else, it's an honest crapshoot. But no.
So anyway, he's playing Sonic.
And Christian bringing out the third character of the night, their third match on stream. It's Corrin. So Corrin versus Sonic on Pokemon Stadium 2 leads off this next match of ours. And I'm really curious to see the logic behind the Corrin pick tonight, because this matchup could go... Honestly, this could look really good for Corrin if they manage to keep a lot of that space away from Sonic. But that's a mission easier said than done, given the speed the Blue Blur brings to the table.
I mean, you're talking about all the stuff that Christian can do with this character in terms of stage control and dictating the space. You're trying to catch approaches from across the stage and maybe try to neutralize the space that Sonic Fiend can give you. Just with that lance alone, perhaps a one of those moves that perhaps you can pin them, perhaps you can even catch them with a little bit of chancery off of the F smash, one of the longer ranged F smashes in the entire game, rivaled and perhaps bested only by some of the Belmonts. But of course, you're and Min Min obviously looking for the counter there, expecting a dash in with the homing attack or one of Sonic's many other moves where they spin and they hit you. However, Christian utilizing the spacing techniques of Corrin quite well to their advantage.
The also a pretty devastating sword in its own right, and every move that Corrin has involving it is probably going to be health for Sonic. If up air is kept fresh, then it is a consistently live kill option that Christian has available. Forward tilt itself can also pick off Sonic if the interaction occurs close to the ledge. Down tilt can interrupt any of the spin moves. It's gonna be a rough scene. And we're already seeing amazing spacing with the Dragon Lunge from Christian. It's doing plenty to stop a lot of Sonic Fiend's approach and threaten a lot of damage. Sonic Fiend manages to even up the stocks, but I feel like the opening of this game alludes to a really hard time ahead for Sonic Fiend.
Tough stuff there from Sonic Fiend. Gonna have to work yourself out of a hole, but luckily you have about the right character with which to do it. At the same time, I kind of wonder, because Corrin is not a character that you see all that commonly, and just throw that sword up on a wing and a prayer. This Corrin swinging away and connecting pretty flush with some of their hits. And now with a full stock advantage, Christian is more than content to let Sonic Fiend just kind of roll in. You want to make yourself into a ball? I've got quite the sizable bat with which to counter. And showing off a little bit. Why not show the neutral B? Why not at this point?
That's actually really good for denying space for Sonic, because spin charge, spin dash, a poorly angled homing attack, all that's coming in laterally. If you're just going to come out with a big old chomp, you're doing a good job to deny Sonic his any right to speed. Game one going pretty handedly to Christian, and I'm kind of concerned for Sonic Fiend moving into game 2.
Oh my gosh. Folks, if we had... I mean, actually sinking their teeth into that game number 1. That was beautiful stuff from Christian. And really the quality of play that we're seeing from this Corrin shouldn't be all that much of a surprise. It's what we've been seeing thus far is nothing short of impressive from Christian in general. Has gotten a pretty high win percentage with Corrin in these Wi-Fi tournaments, as we're going back to Stadium for game number 2. With the Corrin, it's 76% set count win percentage. It's their third most played character in these brackets, second only to Palutena and Byleth, interestingly enough. So definitely liking the experimentation that's involved, but seems to be a pretty solid setup that Christian has going for himself, isn't it, Hangman? Where you have the Palutena as your main and as your general go-to, but for those specific matchups where you want to control space a little bit more effectively, you break out the Byleth, you break out the Corrin, and you break out the Fangs and take a bite out of stock number 1.
You ready for this?
feeling that Soncfiend doesn't know what he is up against right now, because Corrin has a lot of options for covering the ledge. We've seen already plenty of ways that Christian has denied space or taken early stocks or dealt plenty of damage to Soncfiend, and he's just sort of running himself into the jaws of defeat, quite literally at this point. Like, Nair and Dragonfang shot alone are doing wonders for Christian. Between that, up tilt, and Nair, like, Dragon Lunge itself I thought was going to be the biggest problem for Sonic, but it's looking very grim as we move along. Sonic's building up the damage, very well I might add, but not able to really have a lot of stage presence, nor confirmed any of that damage into a reliable kill. And let's see, do we have the right option? No, we don't. We're going to eat that forward smash. You can DI that upwards and then jump out. Some characters can even go to the ground and roll through. There's not a lot of reasons for you to die to forward smash or even take damage, but if you're not well studied on what Corrin has, you're going to suffer hard. And especially given how this character was pretty severely buffed moving into the 8.0 update. Like, if you don't know what Corrin has, you're not looking ahead of the time unless you're piloting that Corrin.
Soncfiend is qualified for top 8 in the past 2 Fusion tournaments, finishing 7th last week and 4th the week before that. Was denied just before that, just before top 8 at number 38, finishing in 9th. And really, this is something that maybe they have not been come accustomed to in those past 2 tournaments. This Corrin is looking like a pretty strong counterpick for Sonic, and I can only imagine on Wi-Fi it's well practiced against this character as well, Hangman.
Sonic's one of those characters I feel like is popular enough that you can prepare ahead of time how you have to play and with what tools you want to use. But Corrin, not so much. And you can't really go in with the mindset of just another sortie, because Corrin's tools are just unorthodox enough that you have to like really understand what the character's going to have. Just like that, the Dragon Fang shot connects, Dragon Lunge from the tip, and Christian very handedly secures their way into top 8 from winner's side to go fight Zane.